Hello, hi, and welcome to another video with your favorite girl, me. So, if you have no idea who I am and this is your first time ever seeing me, well, I mean, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for clicking on my video. It's very nice to meet you. Please stay a while. We have a lot of fun here. And if you already know who I am, well, thanks for joining me for another video. You guys are the reason I'm doing this, and I am just so grateful for everyone who likes, comments, subscribes, everything. So just click the buttons below and let's get into it. So, as you've probably already seen from the description below, today's video is finally one that I know you guys want, and not just one that I think is a good idea, because I mean that's what I've been doing up until now. Anyway, irrelevant. I can't believe it's taken me this long to make this one, because I think my most asked comment and question on Instagram and TikTok is, how do I become a nanny? Second only to, can you please come and be my nanny? So I thought, I mean, as your veteran nanny, that I might as well give you guys the tea on being a nanny. I'm too funny. Anyway, let's get into the video. So, tip number one, and probably most important thing you need for being a nanny, is experience. I know that that's something that just doesn't out of thin air. Like, I know experience is something you need from the job, but I have a tip for you guys. Cousins, family members, neighbors, anybody who has a baby and is willing to let you help them, give them your help, get some experience, something that you can put on your resume. A lot of the people asking me about how to become a nanny are 15, 16, and I know you guys wouldn't have any experience, or even if you're older and you've had no experience whatsoever with babies, but you know this is something you want to do, just start offering your help to people. Give yourself the opportunity to learn and be around children, because it's just something that you have to learn as you go. That's my number one tip. Most important, experience, experience, experience. Never ever feel like your gender, race, religion, or anything like that will stop you from being a nanny, because I have met such a wide array of different nannies from different backgrounds. If you see somebody who needs a babysitter, be like, I'll do it. I've literally been volunteering to babysit since I was probably like 8 or 9. Like, leave them with me, I've got it. Number two, also very important. There are 3 very important documents that you need to become a nanny, or you need if you want parents to trust you, especially if you haven't had much experience, and those are a police check, your first aid certificate, and a working with children's check. This is for Australia, so if you're from another country, you can just look up and see what kind of equivalents you might have, but those are the ones that I know you need to have in Australia if you really want parents to trust you as a nanny. And if you want to go that extra mile, I actually also have a defensive driving certificate. So I used to do a whole bunch of school pickup and drop-offs and kinder pickup and drop-offs for families, and using their car as well. So that defensive driving check definitely just pushed me over the edge a little bit in terms of getting the job. Yeah, it's not a must, it's just a, you know, maybe if you want to be extra specially extra. Number 3 important thing on your list of things to do to become a nanny is like kids. It seems pretty self-explanatory, but as someone who's worked with other nannies, you can really tell when they don't actually like kids and they're just doing it for the money. And I have to be honest, this is not a job you want to do just for the money. Money is great. Money is really good. But kids can be difficult. And if anyone ever tries to tell you that being a nanny or being a mum is not a real job, then that's the door. You can leave, because being a mom and being a nanny is a lot of hard work. And if you like kids, then you will be more inclined to treat the children like they're your own, which is the only way I know how to nanny, is just treat them like I would my own children. And it's hard to do that when you already don't like children to start with. So make sure if you're going into this job that you really do like kids, and not just for the highlight reel version of liking kids where it's like laughter and playing, but also the screaming and tantrums in public and pooping everywhere. So that's number 3. Oh, the things I have seen. Anyway, number 4. What is number 4? Number 4 is looking for work. So depending on what country you come from, it may vary, but in Australia there are multiple different websites where you can find work. But then on top of that, I also work through a couple of different agencies. It's such a good way to get casual shifts, and it's also a good way to meet families for a permanent position as well. I'm going to leave links below for both the websites and the agencies which I'm with. Some really great places to find work if you're in Australia. Findababysitter.com, weneedananny.com, and Juggle Street. Juggle Street's amazing. It just shows you who's in your vicinity. It's just about putting yourself out there. Nannying is something that is very self-directed. I mean, under law, I am considered a sole trader, which means my nannying is my business. I direct where I work, who I work for, and I direct also meeting the people I work for, unless I'm, you know, doing work through the agency, which I do just to kind of fill in time. Unfortunately, I don't have a heap of knowledge on, you know, getting jobs in other countries, but I'm sure there would be so many similar websites. All it takes is a Google search. Anyway, number 5, and very important as well, apply for jobs. Whether you're going through an agency or you're using websites, you really got to put yourself out there. And don't get me wrong, you're gonna get knocked back. Like, it's just gonna happen. You might be lucky and you might get a job on the first try. Some families only want a nanny with 10 years experience, and I can say even with how far I've come now, being a nanny for 7 years, I have been knocked back so many times. Sometimes all the experience in the world doesn't even really matter to people, and you can't hold it against yourself because you're probably still an amazing nanny and you're just not right for that family, and the right family will come along. Put yourself out there. Don't be scared to apply for things, and don't be discouraged when you get knocked back. Number 6. Set your rate. Now, everybody is going to be different. This is in Australian dollars, so I mean, adjust accordingly. If you're just starting out and you've got little experience, I would start anywhere from $20 or $15 to $20 an hour. And if you've got a little bit more experience, then you can start upping it to like $25 an hour. So then once you have your flat rate, on top of that, I would always say to charge extra $1 or $2 per extra child. So if you're nannying 2 children, it should be more expensive than if you're nannying 1. The workload almost triples, but that's irrelevant. Number 7, and this is the last but not least important of all the things you need to know before you become a nanny, is what kind of nanny you're gonna be. There are so many different, you know, sides to nannying that people don't even realize. You can be a maternity nanny, you can be an overnight nanny, you can be a basic babysitter, you can be a school drop off and pick up nanny, so you get the middle of the day to do whatever you want and just help the family off with school drop off and pick up. You can be an au pair, and I mean, an au pair is where it's at. You get to travel, you get to experience new cultures, you just help a family out with their kids in whatever capacity they need you, and then you can just do whatever you want in a whole new country. I mean, that's kind of what I was meant to do this year, but you know, we're just gonna forget about that because COVID.
Ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
Anyways, but yeah, that's all. Please give this video a like if you felt like it helped you, and subscribe if you'd love to see more from me. I will definitely be putting out more nanny related videos in the near future. This is going to be a new series on my channel, and I think that it's going to be super helpful for a lot of people, so I'm really excited for that. If I left anything out, please don't hesitate to ask. If you have any questions, please comment below, and if you have any success stories, I would love to hear them. Please feel free to message me on Instagram, TikTok, or just comment them below. But yeah, good luck, my lovelies. I'll see you all later.